As a meteorologist, I often get asked if our summers are changing. People think they're getting hotter, longer, and arriving faster than they used to. Well, new research now confirms they're not imagining it.
Changes to something like the summer season that's very kind of perceptible to us, like this feels different, is a much easier thing for us to put our finger on than, say, the gradual rise of climate change.
Ted Scott analyzed temperature data from across the northern hemisphere to help confirm our planet is warming and prove the changes to summer we think are happening actually are.
We've been gaining, on average, about 6 days of summer-like weather every decade since 1990.
That's faster than the 4 days per decade a previous study found, meaning the warming across the northern hemisphere is speeding up.
Some areas are just not warming as much as other areas.
Summers in Edmonton are warming more slowly than the average and are only 4 days longer than they used to be before 1990, while others, like Montreal, are warming faster and are now 34 days longer. But beyond longer, summers are also getting hotter.
Once it gets hot, it stays pretty hot. We don't get as many of those periods where it dips below and we get some relief.
On average, summer months in the northern hemisphere are rising by 0.4 degrees per decade.
Well, that amount of increase is higher than kind of the average trend for how climate change is raising temperatures. So the heat in summer is rising faster.
Summers in Vancouver are now on average 1 degree warmer than before 1990. Meanwhile, Toronto and Montreal are more than 2 degrees hotter.
I worry about us being prepared on the energy demand for cooling to, keep people healthy. Still, there's like roughly a third of people who can't afford or don't have access to air conditioning.
Beyond the length and temperature, the transitions between spring and summer and fall are speeding up as well.
One day it's spring, the next day, summer.
And those faster warm-ups have real consequences. The snowpack melts faster, landscapes dry out earlier, and conditions for drought and wildfire develop sooner.
I think about the school season. If hot temperatures start happening in the spring school season, like schools need air conditioning.
And these changes can have an impact on farmers.
You might be like, hey, we've had 2 weeks of good weather, it's time to plant. And then historically, we still haven't hit summer weather. And so you get another freeze and now your crops are ruined.
Scott hopes this research will connect climate change to our everyday experiences to help the issue feel more urgent.
Because really the only way that we are going to get the kinds of action that needs to happen is if everybody takes it as a serious issue, and then they convey that to the people who make decisions.
Kristi Gordon, Global News.